Hello. Welcome to Lesson 17, where you'll feel even better about yourself by leaving the burden of guilt behind. Let's get to it. In the last lesson, you learned how to let go of your mistakes, but sometimes the guilt still remains. Feelings of guilt are distressing and draining. So what can be done about it now? Get over your guilt by using this simple process. First, determine if you should feel guilty. Whose standards are you using? Your parents? Your own? Your friends? Are you sure the source is correct? Ensure that you're judging yourself by a set of standards you deem to be worthy. It's your choice. Step number 2. Learn from it. Why do you feel guilty? Obviously, you did or said something that you consider to be wrong. Once you know why you feel guilty, you're in a position to benefit from it. Ensure that you don't repeat the behavior in the future. Visualize yourself behaving in a new and improved manner. Step number 3. Sometimes guilt is unproductive. Imagine that you feel guilty about missing your child's play because you were required to work. If you did everything within your power, there's no benefit to feeling guilt. Does your behavior require modification? If not, there's no reason to feel guilty. Step number 4. Apologize. It can be as simple as saying you're sorry. You'll feel better afterward, even if your apology is rejected. Step number 5. Accept that you feel guilty. Acknowledge your feelings and the pain that goes with them. Accept that you made a mistake. Realize that this feeling will pass. Step number 6. Forgive yourself. Even if the other person won't forgive you, you can forgive yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself. No one is perfect. Now, let it go. Once the event is over, you've apologized and modified your behavior, let it go. At that point, what purpose does your guilt serve? Take a deep breath, let it out, and move on. Keep your mind occupied with more productive thoughts. Lastly, have gratitude. Rather than saying to yourself, I should have told Mary the truth, tell yourself, I'm grateful I've learned the importance of honesty. Negative experiences can still be worthy of gratitude. That process will help you forgive yourself for things you've already done. Avoid guilt in the future with these strategies. The first strategy is to think instead of react. Guilt is often the result of acting without thinking. When you become emotional, take a moment to collect yourself. It's easy to do or say something that you'll later regret. Strategy 2. Be less critical of yourself. Guilt and the need to be perfect go hand in hand. Avoid expecting perfection. It's unrealistic and leads to feelings of guilt. Everyone makes mistakes on a daily basis. Strategy 3. Create realistic beliefs. Maybe you believe that a good parent should do certain things, but you don't or can't do them. Are you sure your opinion on the matter is reasonable? Maybe you believe that a good parent would never get frustrated, which is unrealistic. You're not alone in feeling guilty. Some people spend a lifetime wallowing in guilt. How long you feel guilty is up to you. Learn from your mistakes and go forward with a new perspective and strategy. Apologize and forgive yourself. Avoid repeating your mistakes and be gentle with yourself. Practice making the choice that doesn't result in guilt. The more you practice, the more healthy choices you'll make, and the less guilt you'll have to deal with. Are you still having trouble forgiving yourself? Sometimes it's difficult to forgive your own missteps. You feel really rotten when you've let yourself or someone else down. But one day, you have to allow the sun to shine again. Has it been challenging to do that? Try this 4-step process. These are the 4 most important steps to forgiving yourself and moving on with your life. Step 1. Confront your mistake. In all circumstances, take responsibility for your error. Come face to face with it and acknowledge where you stumbled. As painful as it might be, this first step is crucial to forgiving yourself. It's sometimes helpful to look in the mirror and say aloud what you did. It connects you with the action. It also helps you realize that it's okay to make mistakes. Therapy can help if the first option doesn't do the trick. Talking to someone else may help you realize feelings that are tied down inside. Step 2. Analyze the impact. Take a moment to reflect on the outcome of your actions. Who has been affected? How badly were you or others hurt? See it all at face value and avoid embellishing it with undeserved emotion. Take the time to consider the impact outside of what you initially see. It's sometimes easy to overlook the smaller impact when the greater one is overwhelming. Step 3 is to accept your human imperfections. Above all, be kind to yourself. Remind yourself that you're human. There's nobody on the face of the earth who goes through life without making mistakes. However, it's important to remember that this doesn't excuse what happened. The crucial final step to self-forgiveness is challenging yourself to do better. In the previous step, you accepted your imperfections. Now it's time to work at fixing the things you can. Is it that you need to learn to be nicer to others? You can work on that through conscious effort or group therapy. Try not to repeat the same mistake. That's one of the easiest ways to backslide and end up at square one again. Ask your supportive friends and family to help you on your journey. Remember that no man is an island. Making things right might not happen overnight. What's important is you forgive yourself and commit to turning things around. You have so much potential, but that potential sits unused when you consume yourself with negative energy. Lift yourself up. Come to terms with the fact that you have so much more to give to the world. Chip away at the negativity until all that's left is your renewed spirit. The next lesson will help you chip away at that negativity as you leave your inner critic behind. But before we leave this lesson, here's what you need to do today. In your journal, write down a mistake that you're having trouble forgiving yourself for. Follow this process. First, confront your mistake. Second, analyze the impact. Third, accept your human imperfection. And fourth, vow that you won't make the same mistake again. Take action to ensure a more positive outcome in similar situations. That concludes today's lesson. Looking forward to seeing you in Lesson 18.